Let's dive right into the 6 signs that a woman might be about to cheat you. 1. A sudden change in her routine. Now, we're not talking about those occasional early mornings or late nights at work. No, this is about a consistent, drastic shift in the rhythm of her day-to-day life. Maybe she's been leaving for work earlier than usual, or perhaps she suddenly started making plans that don't include you, without any clear reason. You see, the key here is the suddenness and frequency of these changes. It's like she's dancing to a different tune, and you're not part of the choreography. This isn't about being suspicious of every little change in your partner's life, but when these changes become the norm rather than the exception, and there's no reasonable explanation, it's time to raise an eyebrow. So, if you notice her routine changing drastically without any reasonable explanation, it's a sign to watch out for. 2. She seems overly concerned about her appearance. Now, isn't it wonderful when a woman takes pride in her looks? Absolutely. But what if she's suddenly cranking things up a notch, and you're left wondering why? Ladies and gents, that's where the alarm bells might start ringing. Imagine this. She's always been a jeans and t-shirt kind of gal, but out of the blue, she's splurging on designer dresses and high heels. Or perhaps she's hitting the gym with an intensity that would make a professional athlete blush. Maybe there's a sudden shift in her makeup style, or she's sporting a new hairstyle that she's never tried before. The key here is the word sudden. If these changes feel out of character and unexpected, it might be worth paying attention. If she's suddenly dressing up for a quick trip to the grocery store, it could be a red flag. 3. A noticeable decrease in her interest in you and the relationship. This is one of the more heartbreaking signs, but it's crucial to be aware of it. When a woman is contemplating infidelity, she might seem less invested in her relationship. This lack of interest can take various forms. Perhaps you've noticed that your conversations have dwindled down to the bare essentials. The deep, meaningful discussions you once had are now replaced with surface-level chatter. Or worse, silence. Or maybe the time you spend together has significantly lessened. Those cozy movie nights and spontaneous date nights seem to be a thing of the past. Of course, every relationship has its ebbs and flows, but a consistent decrease in shared activities could be a red flag. Moreover, if intimacy, both emotional and physical, starts to wane, it's definitely a sign worth paying attention to. If she's not paying as much attention to you as she used to, it might be cause for concern. 4. She's become more private and secretive. This might show up as her becoming unusually protective over her phone or mysteriously changing her passwords. She might start taking phone calls away from you, whispering in hushed tones or quickly ending conversations when you walk into the room. And when it comes to her plans, she's suddenly vague, never quite giving a straight answer about where she's been or who she's been with. Remember, secretiveness is often a clear sign of something going on behind the scenes. 5. She frequently talks about a new friend. Now, we all make new friends, right? But if your lady is constantly bringing up a new guy friend in conversation, it might be a sign of something more. If she's suddenly all about this new friend, especially if it's a man, it could be an indication that she's developing feelings for this person. Remember, it's the frequency and enthusiasm that can raise a red flag. If a new name keeps popping up in her conversations, it's worth paying attention. 6. Trust your gut feeling. You know, our intuition often serves as our internal compass, subtly guiding us when something doesn't feel quite right. It's like a whisper in the wind, a gentle nudge that prompts us to pay closer attention. So, if you're feeling that something is off in your relationship, don't brush it aside. Your gut feeling might be responding to a change in her behavior, her tone, or even the vibe she's giving off. These small, almost imperceptible changes can be indicators that something is amiss. However, remember that intuition is not a definitive proof of infidelity. It's a signal to investigate further, to open a dialogue, and to seek understanding. Trust your gut, but also trust in the power of communication. If you feel like something isn't right, it probably isn't. So don't shy away from those tough conversations. They might just save your relationship.